don't even understand the pain that I'm feeling, independent on how the situation went or how deep it got in. I need you to explain yourself. Why was you fake to me?
Right, but
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another awesome episode of Straight Up Shop. I'm your moderator tonight. My name is Aubrey Williams. This show is powered by No Sense Media and Bodyguard TV. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the cast with you on today. To my far left,
I am Latoya B.
I am BPride.
I am TK.
and we are Straight Up Shop. On today, y'all are in for a treat. The topics that we have to come to you and just bring to you, honey, you are definitely want to stay right there. I have BPride presenting and TK as well. Up first, I have my brother BPride. We're going to be talking about phony business and false impressions. What are you going to tell the people today?
Man, listen. Phony business and false impressions. Well, look at here. You know, of course, we have our businesses, we have our corporate companies,
Right.
and dealing with it, you know, from a small business standpoint. You think about when we from a small business standpoint, when you think about it, we know a lot of people that have small businesses,
Right.
especially black-owned small businesses.
Right.
And not all the time are things handled and conducted in the way that they should be.
Mm-hmm.
You have people that sign contracts or sign agreements, and one or the other backs out of the agreement. I want to break the contract, but you initially agreed to this, or you initially agreed to that, or you schedule an appointment. Some things change in the scheduling. You don't have the courtesy to call the individual that scheduled the appointment with you to, hey, this is what I got going on. Can I reschedule you or can I rebook you? It's really all about the courtesy of it. So I want to ask you guys, when it comes to small businesses, because that's what we're talking about right now, small businesses, what has been your experience as far as phony things happening in the business? What has been your experience with it, from, like I said, scheduling something to contracts to quality of product, whatever the case may be? Or if you just say, I don't know why my mind is blank right now, but it is.
So are you asking like in reference to someone possibly making a schedule with you or booking you, and then you get a random text message saying, oh, well, this can't happen right now, this
Right.
came up.
Right.
Or like you make an appointment or schedule something and you don't call that person to even
There's no type
clear
of
things
follow
up.
up or anything.
Right.
It's just that, you know, okay, so for instance, I've known some people that have booked situations or things of that nature, and then the business never followed up with the change of plans that took place. And so this person is looking forward to this appointment, this booking, and they just lost out, and sometimes they just, you know, got taken for their money. And so Yeah. So what have you guys, or do you know anybody that has experienced it?
So kind of like, for example, if we make a hair appointment,
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
right? And this is a person that has their small business, and he or she make you pay a deposit. Let's say the deposit is $30.
Right.
That may go toward the service that you could possibly be getting.
Yes.
And you're saying, in other words, have we been the victim to where the appointment was there, it's canceled, and our deposit is gone, and we were given pretty much bad customer service because of whatever the cancellation was. It had nothing to do with us.
Right. It could, yeah, definitely could be that. Well, let me go ahead, T.
Well, I was just going to chime in on what the lady said about, when I think of my experience that I actually did have, and I know we talked about it, but when I think about phony business, I think about fraudulent, fake, not real, right?
Scam.
Right.
Scam, definitely a scam. That's what I think about, and so I can't say that I'm like Aubrey. I don't remember a time right off where I have dealt with maybe a phony business. But as far as I dealt with, I was getting my hair done, and I feel like, or I know that the beautician overcharged me. It was a ridiculous amount that she charged me. But I think it was based on the conversation that we were having. I was like, oh yes, I'm an aspiring actress. I have this going on and this going on. And I felt like she was kind of counting my pockets.
Right.
And so she felt like, okay, because what I got done in my hair, I've been to a couple of different people, and it wasn't even in the ballpark, the price that she charged me. And so, it wasn't necessarily phony that she did, it was just kind of scandalous
It
that
was
she,
fraudulent.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
right.
because the price was ridiculous. And when I had mentioned it to Aubrey how much I paid, she was like, sis, oh my goodness, that it was just, it was horrific, and I would never return, to there. But that's one of the experiences that I can just think of right off, and this happened just recently, and it was unfortunate because I had a referral from a friend of mine, and so when she saw me and she saw my hair, she said, did you go to old girl that I recommended?
Right.
And I said, yes. You can't tell. And clearly you couldn't, because I looked a hot mess. And then whenever I told her the reason why I wouldn't return and the price that she charged, she was like, oh, well, you don't even have $125 worth of hair.
Wow.
And I know.
Wow.
And so with that being, and I hated that because I went to her, for one, because she was black and I wanted to support black business.
Right.
Right.
And so, yeah, that left a horrible taste in my mouth because of what she didn't, she went above and beyond on her price. And I think it was something that she just grabbed out of the air.
Right.
Absolutely.
So to piggyback off of what you said, Toya, a lot of people in the hair business, they consider them small business because they work for themselves. And so they'll make you put down a deposit. I have experienced that, and I have experienced phony business. I made this appointment up 2 months before my birthday, and I'm assuming she didn't put me in the books, or she overbooked, but I had paid a deposit. So, I think it was 2 days before my birthday, she texted me and she was like, what day was you coming and what time?
Right.
And I was like, oh, it's, my birthday, May 21st, on a Friday, and you said 9:45. And she go, dang, I think I overbooked, but I'm gonna figure it out. But it took her so long. So after somebody come to you with that kind of information, now you're antsy, dang, what should I do? Should I go to somebody else? Should I pay somebody else?
Right.
And I just feel like, as a hairstylist, that's your job. So your go-to should be, let me put this in my book so I don't overbook. And I think that's where a lot of hairstylists mess up at. And that's why a lot of people be on this DFW hair page where people be like, she's a scammer, because they taking people's deposits. And it's high deposits. And they not doing the service.
Right. Then it also makes me think about, when we talk about corporations, okay? Let's think about when you worked your butt off for this corporation.
Right.
And you should be next up in line. But Lil Rico, I ain't gonna say Lil Rico, let's say Joshua.
Let's be honest.
Listen.
Joshua It's not of your complexion. You worked your butt off. The promotion is there, is in your reach. You qualified, but they turn around and give it to the unqualified, just off the complexion.
Mm.
Have you guys experienced that, or do you know anybody that has experienced that?
True, I have.
Listen, I don't even think that nobody on this set, in or out of production,
Okay.
right, has not experienced this particular situation. And it really and truly grinds the gears of people that work in the industry
Right.
that they're in and perfecting the craft, right? Day in, day out. It is a process getting up in the morning
Facts.
for somebody to work for their corporation while they're sitting at home on their behind.
Right.
And to go and not actually go through the career paths that are owed to you. But you could have somebody that comes after you and snatch everything that you've been working for years to build up and get that recognition. It's gone.
Right.
Because of favoritism, because of the false impression that they're giving people, and because whatever motive that they have behind that person, they're utilizing it for their benefit. You could be the best person for the job, for sure.
Right.
For sure. Qualified.com.
Their part.
Hello. And the fact that you are qualified is taken away from you because of something that they may not like personally.
Right.
It's too much favoritism in the corporate America, and let's just say period, in any industry. It's too much favoritism. And people ain't gonna ever be right with the accountability, because you know why? People don't see where they're going wrong with it.
Right. So, I heard you mention false impressions, which is part of my topic.
Oh,
So, you just flow right into that thing. That's how we do. We flow. So when we talk about false impressions, you got people that they'll come around you, they attach themselves to you.
right.
People love to associate with somebody that's got something popping. What we call them, snakes in the grass, and they say keep the grass cut low, so you can see the snakes as they coming. Being self-aware of your surroundings, and so whether we talking about small business or we talk about corporations, they there. So you got to be careful with who you share your visions with, your ideas with, your inventions with, because before you know it, they'll be using it to present it as theirs.
That part.
So it's like, it's okay to look at the blueprint, or it's okay to look at the wheel, but don't take that fucking and put it on your own car and try to drive your car with my wheel. Come on, man.
I hear you.
Create your own wheel. I don't mind you using the blueprint, but don't copy word for word.
But the thing about that is they can try to copy all day long, but it's never going to be the blueprint. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? So, they could try to steal the brand all day, but God knows what's up, and it's not going to ever work
And so
for them.
I'm glad you mentioned brand, because I had an experience.
Come on.
And so, it was last year, Pride Hustle was just gaining a little traction. So there was this company that took my company name. The only difference was they put company in the name. The same colors, which are black and gold. Had a website domain and everything. Somebody saw it, which a lot of people do when they see something that even has PH in it. They screenshotting it and they sending it to me. So I saw it. I sent it to my attorney. I don't know what my attorney did. They do what attorneys do. And so, I go back to find this company. Error code message in the URL, you can't even pull the website up. It just goes to show, when you got something fire, you got something good, people want it, even if they gotta steal it.
Envious.
Very. It's a shame. And that happens in, whether we talking about black-owned small business or corporations. It happens all the way around. So with that being said,
Go ahead, because listen,
I can go all day.
Listen.
So with that being said, have you guys experienced it? Or know anybody that has experienced it? Dealing with false impressions of social, people are leeching, basically.
Mm-hmm.
What you get?
I feel like that is very hurtful. Kind of being in social media, I've been in it for a very long time, but going into social media, I had run viral, and then we were approached by this woman who was doing her own thing, and she was basically saying, hey, we want you to be a part of this production. So I'm a creative mind and I think real quick. So the show was casted with people of the community, cisgendered regular women, and then it was one trans woman. And so basically, at that point, I wrote the motive. Another person that was a part of the show we were going to work on the show together. And they took the motive and pretty much made the show their own and took it from the woman.
Mm.
So not only did they take the motive from me, they took the whole show idea from the other woman.
Right.
And now the show was had a production team and everything. Now the show was null and void.
Wow.
So it's crazy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and go into a break and hear a word from our sponsors. Welcome back, y'all. I hope that you were here for the first segment. We just got back from a commercial break from our sponsors, and now we got our girl TK coming up talking about some good stuff. So I hope that you have stayed for the second segment of part of this, okay? TK, we're gonna be talking about a subject that everybody has experienced.
Everybody.
This is personal to everybody. Now, how they handle it is how you're going to be able to help. Well, all right. So I got you up talking about fake and always in my face. Yes. What do you have to say to the people? Or just kind of tell them your side of the story. What's up?
You know, when you have like a group of people and it's always that one person that is a negative person.
Mm-hmm.
So like they talk about everybody, but then when it come back, it's like, girl, you was in my face the whole time. Like, what we doing here? Right?
Yeah.
So I had this instance when I was in high school.
Okay.
And I was always the one that was out. Like, I am who I am. Accept me or not, I don't care.
Right.
I dress how I dress. Like, I do me. I just let it flow. And either you with me or you not, right?
Right.
So, of course, I was a basketball player. So, pretty popular or whatever you want to call it. And this girl, she had said something about me to one of my friends. Mm-hmm. And she thought that it wasn't going to get back to me. But that's my friend. my teammate, my sister, like that's my friend.
The loyalty.
You know what I'm saying? And so it got back to me, and I'm the person that's gonna be like, so what's up? Like, you feel some type of way, you and your feelings, like, we don't gotta talk about it, but what's up?
Right.
I was the fighter, right? Now it's just like, all right, shoplift, like, whatever. But when I approached her about it, she was just like, I mean, I didn't mean it like that. So now you being fake and you be in my face. So now you didn't hit both of them because you said it, but you didn't mean it like that.
So what did you mean, sis?
So where we going? Outside? What we gonna do, right?
Right. Back
'Cause
then.
that's the type of person that I was.
Right.
Like, you know what you said, so what we talking about?
Yeah.
Now I'm coming to let you know that it came back to me.
Mm-hmm.
So what we gonna do? So like, I guess my question to y'all is like, how do we handle people being fake, but be all in your face? Like, have y'all ever had that happen to you? Heard any stories?
Okay. Well, I kick this thing off.
Go ahead.
So, there was a young lady that spoke in my early 20s
Okay.
and everything. Had just got my first whip, making pretty decent money. Okay. So I'm thinking that she's really, I shoot my shot, things of that nature. And she comes on along. So now she getting rides. We traveling to work together. I'm buying this, I'm buying that, things of that nature. And come to work the next day, she's in the car with somebody else. Riding to work. They spending money on it too. So I'm like, I approached her like, what's going on? I thought we had a thing, thought we were cool. I'm breaking bread with you, giving you funds and things of that nature. And her words were straight to the point of, I was just using you. I didn't really want you. I just need to get to work.
What?
Period.
And they be like that.
Okay, so what you did?
Let's get comfortable.
Okay. Well, Brian was very sensitive. I didn't call out her name, but I just told her, I can't say a word. But it was real effed up. It was real effed up that you just pretty much took me for granted and used me for financial gain. That's really what you did. You deceived the heck out of me for financial gain. That's what you did. You used me to get what you wanted.
And now
Then when you saw somebody else with something better, you jumped ship. So it was just pretty much either I sit there and I continue to confront her and she continues to spew out these hateful things and I find myself striking fire from her. I don't hit women, but I don't like being used either. Just had to walk away, man. At the end of the day, that's what I had to do, was walk away and learn from the lesson.
Right.
Learn how to peep game, catch the signs, catch the flags.
You said that you were in your 20s.
Yeah.
How old were you?
21, 22, I'm 35.
Oh, that was earlier in the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, you had growth. Because I'm still working. I'm going to answer your question, sis, and hopefully whatever the resolution is, we could be able to work on Aubrey, all right? I'm still working on that because I feel I can't handle my time that is not even given to me, and I don't know what day or the hour that I'm no longer going to be here. I can't handle that being wasted. I understand lessons, I understand life situations, and you're always supposed to learn, so to speak. But to have a person to be in your face, and as hard as it is for people to trust individuals in the first place, especially it is for me. I'm speaking for myself. It's hard for me to trust people.
Right.
So any situation that I'm going through, I may vent to you about it or something like that, and to have you to stab me in the back.
Right. And this is a friend, right?
Right.
Or this is
These are situations that I have been through, and this is why my trust issues are so messed up.
right, right,
So, and to stab me in the back, number one, I'm ready to fight.
right.
Right on.
Who ain't ready to fight? Because I'm trying to figure out. I need to hurt you. I need to really put some pain on you because you don't even understand the pain that I'm feeling, independent on how the situation went or how deep it got in. I need you to explain yourself. Why was you fake to me?
Right, but everything don't need an explanation though, sis, because sometimes people don't even know that they being like that. Sometimes you have to do to them what they do to you for them to even recognize that they did it.
Right.
Cognitive dissonance.
And you know what? That actually, what you just said, we actually have a question from the audience, and it kind of goes with what you were saying. So they're asking, at what point do you call out the person that you call a friend for being fake all the time? Because I hear the frustration, and that's a very good question. It's like, at what point do you address it when you realize that they are being fake?
TK, I address it immediately. Simply because I feel like if you can say what you want to say, then we could talk about whatever it is that you had to say. I'm obsolete when it comes to disrespect. I have a zero tolerance when it comes to being lied to because my loyalty don't allow me to do that. So at that point, now we got a conversation. And it's good because I used to didn't be that way. But now it's like, I can either eat you up by being petty or I can be grown about the situation.
Right.
And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be petty on the back burner, but immediately we're going to talk about it. Because at this point, like Aubrey said, I already got trust issues.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to feed you out and go on and, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go on and eat and go about your business.
So, I ain't so much on the first try. I give you a second. I give.
Bro.
And the reason why I say that is because I want to see how consistent you are with being fake.
No, they didn't already wasted
Hold
your
on,
time.
hold on, because the first one is benefit of that. Maybe you forgot something that you said. Maybe you forgot something that you said originally to me.
That maybe word too strong.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Next time comes. Oh, you done did it again.
Right. So now they playing baseball with your life. 3
So
strikes you out.
now we need to talk. Now we need to talk. I just don't do 3 strikes. I mean, I just don't do 3 chances. I don't do that. I used to give an abundance of chances. It don't take that. It don't take that many to show your consistency
Right.
on being fake. It don't
Because
take
they
that
say
many.
pay attention to the patterns.
Right.
Right. But when you see the patterns, because I think a lot of people find out about people being fake by something that somebody else would say, and it comes back to them, or in the moment when stuff get real.
Right. So go ahead, Toy.
Well, I was just going to say, for me, when I think about somebody being fake and they're supposed to be my friend, I'm very opinionated, and so my friends just know, that I'm going to keep it 100. I pride myself on being able to just to have that conversation immediately and check that, right? But my experience has been, I've dealt with someone who, she wasn't necessarily fake in my face one-on-one, but it was when such and such was around.
Right.
You know what I
Because
mean?
people-
Because they act funny when they treat you differently when a different person is around that they may not care for.
Why? Because
Right.
people move differently when they're talking about you to different people.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so I've had that experience,
Yep.
and you want to act brand new whenever a certain person is in the room,
Mm-hmm.
but then when that person is not around, you're hee and ha and in my face,
Yeah.
Right.
right? Because you were talking about me with that person in private, but then
That
when y'all,
part.
you know what I mean? So I've
Yeah.
I've dealt with that, and like I keep saying, you say you handle it immediately. For me, I'm definitely gonna cut it off. I don't have time to play with that thing because I'm all about energy and attaching myself, and I give off good vibes, and so I don't deal with it. It's unnecessary stress at this age.
Right.
Right.
'Cause
And
I-
even then,
I'm not doing-
like,
yeah,
you just gotta put your positive energy brings positive energy.
Right.
yeah.
When you negative and when you have bad vibes, it brings bad vibes.
Mhm.
So I'm just all about energy. Like, if the energy is off, I can't do nothing with you. I can't.
Now, I will say to what Obi said earlier, if I tell you something and I confide in you, and then you turn around and go say what I told you to somebody else, I'm done at that point. That point, I'm done.
And see, that has happened to me.
I'm done at that point because I told you that. I ain't told nobody else that.
Exactly, for that specific reason, and it got back.
Well, you know what? I just came across something the other day on Facebook talking about that, and she made a very good point. A lady was saying that whenever you find out how real or fake a person really is, when you and your friend fall out, say me and you were best friends and then we fall out, and then I say all this negativity about you after we didn't fall out. Yep. It's like, don't wait until we fall out and then you want to go sing like a bird. You know what I mean? So it lets me know that you never really was, you was fake and phony from the beginning. Because you know what I mean? And a lot of people do that in friendships. If we fall out and we no longer are friends, then let that be that. But for you to go air out, you wait until we fall out and then you air out. So that's hurtful.
So let's play devil's advocate, right? Because we all on the same page when we understanding exactly what's going on when it comes to these fake and phony. I almost said something rolling in.
Way to catch it.
With these fake and phony individuals, right? But what if these fake and phony individuals don't understand what they're doing? What if they're basically like, I really sure didn't know that I was doing that.
That's when it comes into play, where sometimes you have to do to people what they do to you for them to recognize what is being done.
Match that energy. Match the energy.
Like I told Mr. the beginning of 21, I'm matching energy all 21.
Period.
Whatever you give out and can give out to me, I can dish it back, but understand that mine's gonna be 10 times harder, and it's gonna hit you where it hurt, and I'm gonna make you feel like a little bitty red ant.
And we have one more quick question, which ties into what you just said. What characteristics would you consider when someone is being a fake friend? What does a fake friend look like? What are the characteristics would you consider when someone is being a fake friend?
To me, it's the setup. It's the whole setup. Had a friend for 14 years, 15 years. It's the setup for me. It's the whole, that if this person is in the room, they already don't like me. So why are you bringing me blindly into situations with this individual when you know that me and this person are like water and oil? We ain't mixing.
Right.
That part.
I'm too real for that person.
Right.
And I'm gonna call that person out on their stuff. And I kind of feel as though another thing, when it's the competition, it's the underlined competition. Sometimes my trust issue with people is don't compete with me.
Don't.
Right.
Because I may look like I'm up there, but just because I cannot look like my struggle, that doesn't mean that I don't have my moments.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But we have people that constantly want to be in competition with their friends.
Secretly though.
Secretly.
Right. Envious.
For what? What do you want? Why do you want what I got? Because I promise you won't be able to walk in my shoes.
Period.
And that's what they fail to realize.
Period.
That's what they fail to realize.
Or another fake characteristic can be like simply being blindsided by a situation, not knowing what's going on, and then boom,
you got it. You like, what? I didn't know nothing about it. And a lot of times it's when people come together, or we all may have the whole mutual friend. Somebody out of that mutual friend don't like somebody hanging with that other person, because that person may feel as though that you taking that person away from them, or there is not enough for that person to just be moving around. I've been in so many situations to where they're like, oh, well, I thought you was, well, first of all, whatever you and that person got going on, that ain't got nothing to do with Aubrey.
Right.
That part
has nothing to do with me. But what I will not tolerate is you talking mess about that person to me, and expecting me to feel some type of way or treat that person from how you feel for that person.
Right.
I'm not gonna be. That's not me.
Right.
I shouldn't have to treat people wrong because you have not handled your issue. It's just being grown.
Listen, no, I'm just saying at the age of 42, I don't even know if I use the word fake friend, because I don't have time for the foolishness.
Right.
It's just beyond me that people are still at this day and age being somebody that they're not, or pretending to be somebody, or whatever. All of that.
It's a mess.
I can't, I won't, and I'm not.
but it's out
And
here.
don't.
And I know for sure that there
Yeah.
are plenty of people that's going through it. It's people getting killed over it.
Right.
It's people getting shot for it. People getting broke in. It's so many things that are happening that are causing people not to live anymore. And it's ridiculous. It's like either we gonna get over the hump,
Right.
like you said, and just converse about it, or we basically not.
The best way I think to get over it is basically just mind your business, stay in your own lane, and ride your own wave.
And address it.
Right.
Address it and move on.
Yeah, be done with it, and don't address it and linger. Just
Right.
address it and go.
Right.
Be done with it.
And then to your point, when you saying about one friend wanting you to not stop talking to this person,
Right.
Ooh,
and the friend is probably the one that even caused the mess,
listen.
but want you to stop dealing with the person.
BPride, I'm finna walk outside.
Listen. That's how it
Cause
is.
listen, it be that way. But listen, right? Woo, we got caught up in that one, y'all. Listen, but we are gonna take another quick break, honey. It's a trailer for you. We need y'all to watch it. See y'all after it.
Don't look at all. You're dead to me, Maurice. Now get the fuck out of here.
So y'all, what are we doing?
I think we should rally on the strip.
Rally on the strip for what? It's not our own people killing us.
One day I was over there and I overheard him talking to his friends about the gay people.
My mother was a lesbian. She left my father for a woman.
Just because Chris came and tried to holler at you, didn't mean you had to take the bait. You should have shut that shit down and not even go along with it.
Man, you stay the fuck out my face with that bullshit. Or what? Or what? What the fuck you gonna do?
Mama, have anybody seen Maurice?
No, what's going on?
Another attack.
Wait, how do you know about Daniel?
I ain't had nothing to do with Justin and any of them other folks getting hurt. And if you say that I did, then we got a problem.
We got word on the street that you or somebody you might know something about that Texas been going on around here.
Why can't you accept me like Kimberly accepts her daughter?
When you're sober, that is when we'll have this conversation.
Oh my God, mama. Wow, that dude doesn't care. You know this.
Maurice, it's time for you all to come together and talk and just let bygones be bygones.
For the first time in my life, I'm scared.
Welcome back, y'all. That was a trailer from the new series Out in the South. Catch it on YouTube. All you have to do is search I Am Corte Entertainment and it'll be right there at your disposal. Y'all, we had a lot of things that we talked about today. A lot of topics that were very personal to us. We had personal experiences. So at this time, does anybody have anything that they want to share with the audience that can just leave them some final words? Maybe that can possibly help them in regards to these situations. You want to start off? Okay.
Yes. Don't ever be that fake friend. Be real about everything. People respect you way more when you're real about it, when you talk about it, when you say what's on your mind instead of bottling it up and talking to the next person. Talk to the person that needs to be talked to. Just don't be fake, and that'll solve everybody's problems.
I like that.
It's true.
You want to go BPride?
Yeah, so I just want to say this. Came to my mind then, when it comes to phony business, stop waiting until the business gets stamped before you decide to support them. Support from the jump. Don't wait and jump on the bandwagon later. Get going right away. That's all I got to say.
Well, when it comes to dealing with a fake friend, as I was saying earlier, at the age of 42, that's not what I do. So I really don't even like that term fake friend, even though I know that fakeness is real amongst people, unfortunately. So I just encourage you to know who you have around your circle and eliminate the negativity. So
know who you are.
Know who you are.
No,
know who you are. When you know who you are, you don't have nothing to worry about.
Right.
Can't nobody tell you different.
Period.
Amen. I just want to basically talk about on both topics, false impressions. Those of you that are doing that, stop. You are ruining people's lives, and it's affecting them in ways that you would never know and never understand. When it comes to fake friends, Control Alt Delete, honey. I'm gonna try that. I have been working on that, but I'm still work in progress. I know that it's not gonna be perfect, but those people know who they are. But other than that, that was the show, y'all.
That was the show.
It was real good. I'm so proud of myself because I didn't do no cuss words and things like that. Thank you, production.
Listen.
They helped me through that, huh? Y'all, our production team is amazing.
Absolutely.
So they help us. And this was difficult, but we definitely we fought through it because we're people. And these are real things that we've all experienced. So that was it. But we're going to hit y'all with one last break and we'll see y'all after that. So here's another word from our sponsors.
Come on, guys, let's go!
We at A. Nicole Entertainment Management Group strive to bring your vision to life by helping serve all the needs to assure you have a successful event or presentation. We specialize in booking venues, managing budgets, negotiating contracts and fees, booking performers, managing events, personal assisting, event branding, and more.
And that was a word from our sponsors. We want to thank every single one of you for taking out the time to watch us. And we hope to see you on the next episode. Make sure that you like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Y'all have a great rest of your day, night. And again, we are Straight Up Shop. Until next time, bye y'all.
Alright, my Straight Up Shoppers, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you go ahead and click on that notification button so you can go ahead and get our future shows. I'm out. Peace.